Alright, in an effort to expand operations of a company within an environment under development, the Source Economic Development Fund issued investments into Haiti-based company JMBSA with focus on sales of fresh mangoes. However, after initial funding of the new business opportunities, SEDF realized difficulties in converting investments into feasible business opportunities. So the construction of the new machinery took more resources than expected, and time to build was continuously being prolonged due to this, effectively driving interest rates through the roof. In an effort to hurry up the process, the management of JMBSA is assumed to have shut down their original production of mangoes in order to relocate the resources to the new venture. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the problematization, which is the outline of our research. In the first place, the financial problem. The mango company JMBSA intended to invest capital on freezing factories in order to increase exporting business. But before that, they had to face a financial crisis that they did not have sufficient funds to expand the business. To fix that, they would be in need of financial support, or they in some way could increase their profit. We will analyze why JMBSA dropped into trouble, and then, based on that, we will develop ideas to boost their profit. Next, the risks of investing in Haiti. According to the United Nations Development Program 2018, Haiti is facing existing poverty, and therefore the country can be defined as underdeveloped. One of the proposals of SEDF is to invest in underdeveloped countries such as Haiti. Doing business with companies from foreign countries may include risks, partly due to the cultural differences, but also because of the financial and fiscal policies. Furthermore, the country has an unpredictable legal system and a lack of financial information. And moreover, extensive risks of investing in Haiti could be based on the current lack of education, welfare system, and environmental exposure. Strategies that can be taken to gain advantages over competitors. As a result of a managerial decision to get the new venture of freezing mangoes that were not qualitative enough to be sold fresh, JMBSA shut down all their operations of fresh mangoes altogether. The strategy to relocate all investment and the revenue towards the new business development proved to be a risk that cost them a lot. And in conclusion, our thesis questions are: first, what caused the financial problem and how to solve it? Second, what are the risks of investing in Haiti and how to benefit from them? And the last, what alternative strategies JMBSA could utilize in order to save their ongoing operations as well as expand to new market segments?
JMBSA were to view the new venture as an opportunity for blue ocean expansion, effectively changing the mindset of not only the management but also the employees. Then the investment into the new venture could be seen as a clever move. Moving into an uncharted market with a new product and thereby gaining a first move advantage to the new segment, with a competitive advantage in both capital being years before any competitor, as well as building up a strong customer circle. On the other hand, the company could instead take a more marketing-oriented path and focus campaigns to enhance the product development, that is the freezing of the less quality mango, into a more desirable product. Either of the strategies would result in a reduction of the sunk cost, that is the thrown away mangoes, and would likely yield a better result in the revenue overall. Thank you.
Let's head over to resolve any findings. The reason why GMB dropped into financial problems can be summarized in different points. Firstly, a high interest of payment in Haiti, which was nearly 18% compared to 5% in the United States. And this is according to the World Bank database. And secondly, unsuccessful organizational preparations, which means that the GMB wasn't well prepared. And thirdly, that stated that the governmental policies and interventions also made a vital influence. Since they're not focusing and prioritizing on the infrastructure in the country, the export has been slowed down. With little support from the government, GMB was out on a limb. Germana is also stating that another big factor for the low profit of the exports are due to the bad quality of the fruit, compared to other nations on the global market. Targeted News Survey states that the demand for mangoes in foreign countries is big, mainly because of their own lack of mango production. The income is still low for the farmers in Haiti, but there are methods for increasing their income. For example, developing advanced packaging methods and the fullifying of the requirements from the... Furthermore, Targeted News Service states that the mango business in Haiti have considerable potential with immense demands, since mangoes is the second most extensive agricultural goods after coffee. Moreover, 30 to 40% of the total mango harvest are pure lost due to the lack of knowledge in appropriate packaging methods of the mangoes, but also regarding the general education and infrastructure level in the society. According to IVERS, devastation and extensive consequences was the result of the earthquake in 2010. Haiti is a place of enormous solidarity, which is one of the main reasons why the society recovered reasonably fast, despite the low economy and the underdeveloped society. Claims that the fundamental cause for the decreased agricultural productivity in underdeveloped countries is due to the lack of international investments. Hallam further explains how the international investors therefore have a vital influence on the food production.
The BSA were to view the new venture as an opportunity for blue ocean expansion, effectively changing the mindset of not only the management but also the employees, then the investment into the new venture could be seen as a clever move. Moving into an uncharted market with a new product and thereby gaining a first move advantage to the new segment, with a competitive advantage in both capital being years before any competitor, as well as building up a strong customer service. The company could instead take a more marketing-oriented path and focus campaigns to enhance the product development, that is the freezing of less quality mango, into a more desirable product. Either of the strategies would result in a reduction of the sunk cost, that is the thrown away mangoes, and would likely yield a better result in the revenue overall. Thank you.
So, now for the solutions and the conclusions with the report. In the report, we want to answer the 3 questions that we have, and they are, firstly, what caused the financial problems and how do we solve it? What are the risks of investing in Haiti and how do we benefit from them? And thirdly, what alternative strategies that GMBSA have and can utilize in order to save their ongoing operation as well as to expand to new market segment? To begin with, we're starting off with the financial parts and how to increase the profit for GMBSA. To begin increasing the profit, they got a few options to pick from, where the best option would be to increase the amount of exports. By increasing the amount of exports, they could maximize the profit and would therefore lead to a better solution in the financial part. One option they do have is to start exporting one of the other 140 varieties of the mango sorts on the island. This would also give them a bigger supply and could easily expand their business to another variety as well. It would also spread the risk between the 2 mango sorts instead of only one. And if one mango sort would be bad for some reason, they could still export one of the other ones and still make money out of it. Our second question is what the risk would be of investing in Haiti and if they would be good enough for the ZF to actually invest in the country. Although GMBSA have been a big company with years of experience in the industry, a consideration was made regarding the ZF's further investment in JMB and if it would be profitable subsequently. After the devastation of the earthquake, Haiti's got support from foreign countries and organizations which can be seen as a security that the country will rehab in a period of time. Due to the fact that the business do not have modern packaging methods and do not have the requirements on the international market, frequent collaboration with international organizations could pursue overall. The mango business in Haiti is currently an extensive industry. As a matter of fact, it is the second largest agricultural export good in the country, following coffee, where JBSA is a marketing leader. After the earthquake in 2010, a modernization was founded with a focus on the health system. Further on, this modernization could inspire other sectors in the Haitian society, such as the educational sector. This progress can pursue increased patching method, decrease the amount of mango loss, and further on increase the agricultural efficiency and increase the salary for the farmers. The foreign investors have a vital influence on the whole industry, and the influence that the mango business could lead to an increased knowledge level among the farmers and therefore an increased earning. The amount of mangoes that are pure loss would decrease if the positive influence from foreign investors was introduced on the market due to the equipment it would lead.
And lastly, we're here to answer the question, what alternative strategies JBSA can utilize in order to save their ongoing operations, as well as expand to new market segments? As stands today, JBSA faces a big change, either in managerial roles and leadership, or in their marketing and product development segments. Where they will pursue one strategy or the other is indecisive as of now. What is certain though, is that they will most likely need some sort of consultant or temporary fix originated in the hands of more knowledgeable personnel to make a leap to success. We do still find an investment to be a sound solution for SCDF's uncertainty of investing more, sell off the company, or simply cut the losses and shut down the company altogether. We see a large potential in the new operations with a new product on the uncharted market. The first move advantage is simply too large to reject, since it will likely lead to an uncontested competitive advantage in the long run. Thank you very much.